Settle in and get cozy. Tonight, we have a very special story for you. It's about a girl who found a magical glow and followed it to change the entire world. This is the story of Marie Curie. But first, I have a question for you. What if a girl with a heart full of wonder found something that glowed just like a tiny star? And what if that discovery changed everything? Our story begins a long, long time ago. It starts with a little girl who was always, and I mean always, asking questions. In a city called Warsaw in Poland, a little girl named Maria was born, and from the moment she could talk, she wanted to know about, well, everything. She'd look up at the night sky and ask, "Why does it sparkle up there?" She'd see a shiny spoon and wonder, why does metal shine like that? But her biggest question of all was, can I learn everything in the whole wide world? Now, in Maria's world, there was a very unfair rule. It said that girls, no matter how clever or curious they were, weren't allowed to go to the big university to keep learning. Can you believe that? But did that stop Maria? No way. She was much too brave for that. So, when the sun went down and the world grew quiet, she would go to a secret school called the Flying University. It was a hidden place, just for girls who dared to learn. As Maria got older, her dream to learn more grew bigger and brighter. It grew so big, in fact, that one day it carried her all the way to a new, magical city full of lights, Paris. And Paris was beautiful. But for Maria, who now called herself Marie, life was actually very hard. She lived in a tiny little room at the very top of a tall building. It was so cold sometimes that the water in her glass would turn to ice overnight. But that didn't bother Marie. Every single night, with just the tiny flicker of a candle, she read her books about science and numbers. And when she went to her classes at the big university, she was often the only woman in the entire room. I'm sure some people thought she didn't belong, but Marie was about to prove them all wrong. When she finished all her hard work, do you know what her rank was in her class? She was #1. The very best student of all. Soon, Marie's life was about to sparkle in a whole new way, because she was about to find two amazing things: love and a secret glowing discovery. You see, in Paris, she met another scientist, a very kind man named Marie Curie. He loved experiments just as much as she did, and they fell in love. Together, they started studying these mysterious rocks that seemed to be buzzing with some kind of secret energy. And they found something the world had never, ever seen before. Marie knew this strange, shimmering energy needed a name, so she called it radioactivity. It was a brand new word for a power that nobody had ever understood before. And from that energy, they discovered two new, magical pieces of our world. One she named Polonium to honor her home country of Poland, and the other she called radium. And radium did something truly incredible. It glowed. When Marie first saw it, glowing with a soft, gentle light in their dark lab, she said it felt like she was holding a tiny star right there in her hands. Holding that tiny star changed everything. The whole world started to notice this quiet, brilliant woman, and Marie used her new discovery to help as many people as she could. People were just amazed by Marie. Get this, she was the very first woman ever to win the biggest prize in science, the Nobel Prize. Then she became the first woman to be a professor at her university. And then she did something no one had ever done before. She won a second Nobel Prize, in a totally different kind of science too. Wow. But Marie didn't just collect prizes. When a big war started, she knew her discovery could help. She built special X-ray machines that could travel in little vans. People even called them little Curies. They helped doctors see inside hurt soldiers so they could make them better. She used her glow to bring healing. Marie's story doesn't end with her life. Oh no. The glow that she discovered is still shining brightly today, helping us in ways she could have only dreamed of. Marie taught us something so important. She once said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood." She meant that if we get curious instead of being scared, we can discover the most wonderful things. And Marie's light never, ever faded. That glowing energy she found now helps doctors treat serious illnesses. And if you've ever had an X-ray to see your bones, well, that's Marie's discovery at work. Her curiosity helps us every single day. Marie's story reminds us that deep inside every single one of us, there's a question, a curiosity, a special kind of light. And the most important thing you can ever do is follow your glow. So as you drift off to sleep tonight, dream of the stars, ask big questions, and always remember that you have the power to light up the world. Good night, little scientist.